Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a really cool, exciting one. I have hair in my mouth. It's been a while since I did a video with my hair down. It's gone long, right? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a cool one. Millie Bobby Brown of Stranger Things fame just released a poetry film. It's her directorial debut. She wrote a poem. I think she wrote the poem. I'm assuming she wrote the poem. I tried to do some research. In the description it says about her love for poetry and dance. So I'm assuming it's her poem, but it's her film to a poem at the very least. For Samsung, advertising a new phone by Samsung. And I thought it'd be really cool to do a Poet Reacts. But before we get into the video, I just want to say this video is sponsored by the Poetry Cove. Did I sponsor my own video? You bet your ass I did. Did I pay myself for this sponsorship? No. But in all seriousness, if you are into poetry, you write poetry or you read poetry, and you want to become part of the world's most extensive poetry community, that is the Poetry Cove, do head to our website, sign up, www.thepoetrycove.com. We got a poetry radio station, we got an academy, a forum where you can share your poetry and get to know poets from all over the world, and some other really cool stuff too. So head to our website, thepoetrycove.com. I'll see you there. Let's get into the video. So whilst I'm filming this, I'm not sure if I can actually have this poetry film playing somewhere along here whilst I'm watching it. I think that's what these I think that's what these reaction videos do. I've seen musicians reacting to other musicians' music videos and stuff. So I'm kind of hoping we're okay with this. I'll certainly know by the time you watch this because they would have researched it better. But I'm going to throw it up on my phone and hopefully up on the screen too. And let's kind of just see what we're dealing with. I really enjoyed Stranger Things, the first series, and then as they went on, I kind of wondered what more they could do with it. But anyway, I've just loaded it up. If you can see, there's the reflection of my ring light. Okay, a short film by Millie Bobby Brown. So I'm gonna, if I can put it around here somewhere, I want my finger in the screen in case I pause it for any reason. But I have high hopes for this.
Young girl, welcome to a world of the unknown. I know it's scary, but don't be wary. You'll know more once you're grown. There, sitting in silence.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it.
You want to play your...
Nope, there we go. So, right off the bat, it's obviously, you can kind of see what the imagery is. I mean, it matches with what she's saying anyway. I don't know what you'd call those, curtains? No, I know that that's like a actual, I don't know what it's called. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comment section. But like hanging from curtains. They're not curtains, hanging from fabric. I can't think what it's called. Help me out here. But obviously that hand through the fabric is obviously a very strong image of kind of, I mean, to me that would say something about like pregnancy and being in the embryo. This is where my biology is really going to show me up. Embryo? That's not right, is it? It's not the embryo, but the womb, I guess. Kind of starting out in life. And obviously you've got the little girl. And it's red. I mean, you can kind of, the imagery it's pretty obvious what is happening.
God knows what you'll be. It's always been in your heart. You're using your voice now. Expression is your skill. You're bold, wild and hungry. You find it hard to sit still. Your older self.
Okay, I'm pausing. So there was a very obvious sort of light shift there. It was dark and then it went light. I mean, talking of lighting, and if this was actually shot on a mobile phone, then damn son, I need a Samsung. Didn't do that on purpose, that was not rehearsed, but it worked out well for me.
It's vibrant and new, more conscious and aware of what is true, what is real and what is not. That's for her to find out.
Okay, I'm pausing now. I'm just wondering what the lighting, the significance of the lighting is. Sort of lots of spotlights. I'm just keeping an eye on my battery. It doesn't say whether I'm running out of battery or not. The lights, the spotlights on the floor, is very sort of pigeonholed. I wonder if that's where they were going with that. She's in a very... I don't think she's in a red. So the spotlight isn't red anymore. At the start it was red. It's now gone back to white like all the others. So I guess obviously the start of the video was signifying giving birth, I guess. And she's obviously talking about, you know, you've got your voice now.
Cannot. Alone and in the dark, inner child too afraid. She must show who she is now, what she chooses to portray. This is her older self, less vibrant and new, gravely conscious of her body and always pursued. Not seen as an entity, but seen as an object.
Pause. So the spotlight's gone red again. And she's doing the splits over the red spotlight. Like, I don't want to be crude and stuff. I'm just kind of trying to analyze what's going on. And obviously I've got the poem. Hopefully you can hear the poem too. I mean, it's a very strong image. She's sort of, if you want to go with the... I'm going to keep calling them curtains. They're definitely not curtains. If you want to go with the fact that the silk and the curtains were like... I don't know. If you want to go with the... I don't know. It feels weird that a guy is doing an analysis of this. I hope I don't offend anyone. But if you go with the imagery at the start that the curtains, not curtains, but curtains were like the womb and the hand pressing was the pregnancy, and then obviously the young girl came out from the curtains. I wish I wasn't calling them curtains. Words escape me when I do these videos. And now obviously Millie is in the film. She's a woman now. She's taken hold of the curtains and the spotlight's gone red and stuff. It's very, very powerful imagery.
Not given enough time to find her true identity. Noise, voices, opinions on repeat. The sound is too loud. Criticism setting in like concrete. I wonder, is she strategic? I wonder, is she smart? I wonder if the boy her age has found his part.
Okay, so I'm pausing. I like that line. She's obviously talking about becoming a woman and in a woman in the spotlight. And I was actually thinking like about the child stardom and female stardom and kind of growing up in the spotlight, and why things are made to be such a big deal when female stars become a woman, right? Like Bella Thorne, Miley Cyrus, like Lindsay Lohan. You just go through the lists of female stars and it's made such a big deal of. But I'm thinking, like, when I was thinking and preparing to do this video, and I was, you know, it was in the news, Millie Bobby Brown turns 18, which is totally weird, right? But nothing was, to my knowledge, nothing was made, no big deal was made about, I'm gonna test it myself. Is it Finn Wolfhard, one of the male actors, or any of the male actors in Stranger Things? Like, there was no big deal about their balls dropping and their voice dropping, right? Am I right? And one of her lines here that she just said I thought was kind of good. I can't go back because I'm going to try and sync it up. But it was something like, is the boy her age? Has the boy her age found his part or something? She might not be referencing that. But that's what I pick up from that. Like, she's obviously talking about her becoming a woman in the spotlight and everyone knows about it. But has the boy her age found his part? Like, no one says anything about that. That's my interpretation.
Just wait. Give her time. She'll blossom into the woman she's meant to be. It just takes more of a climb.
So maybe she is, because the line then is, it just takes more of a climb. Maybe or not. Maybe or not. That didn't make sense. Maybe not. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree. Trapeze. That's it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
She'll lift herself up, find joy from within.
Trapeze, I
Amid
think.
the whirling and chaos, she finds new ways to begin. To hold her head high and see the joy in creation, to make her own worlds without trepidation. She holds herself now. Her strength is her softness. She's kind to herself. It's a new kind of fondness. She blocks out the noise and finds she can hear the call of the unknown. It's nothing to fear.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they just had... I heard it and I didn't pick up on it until it moved on to another part of the music, but I'm sure they just played a bit of the Stranger Things soundtrack. Towards the end, listen out for it, there was definitely some synthesizers. Whether that was on purpose or not, it certainly sounded exactly like some of the Stranger Things music. Okay, that's it. I'm certain they did a bit of Stranger Things at the end there. How are we doing on time? Okay, cool. So that was Millie Bobby Brown's directorial debut and a poem. I'm not sure what the title of the poem is. Hopefully I've done a bit more research by the time you watch this back. What are my thoughts? I think that was incredible if it was actually shot on a mobile. I mean, that's what they're saying it's done, but you do kind of sit back and think, was it? But that if it was, then I need to get that phone because that was cinematic AF. It was beautifully shot. I think for me, that is what a poetry film should be. It's great that a lot of new poetry films have been coming out. Amanda Gorman released a new one some months ago or some weeks ago. I'll leave that in the description below. I've been doing some poetry films lately. I'll leave that in the description. And my girlfriend Sophie just released one as well, and she did a blog post about poetry films. So I'll link both of those in the description below. I think it's a really great medium, and with music as well. You've got music, film, and obviously poetry and dance. I think it was trapeze. I could have embarrassed myself again, but I think that was really powerful. I don't want to talk too much about the poem itself because who am I to talk about and dissect a poem about becoming a woman and becoming a woman in the spotlight, no less. I can't relate to that. I thought it was really powerful. I thought the imagery was really powerful, the lighting, and the theme and the tone itself. But yeah, I mean, Millie Bobby Brown isn't the first Stranger Things to dive into poetry. I don't know if you know this, but Dacre Montgomery, who played Billy, has got 2 poetry albums out, or poetry podcasts out for sure. So check that out. But yeah, I thought I'd jump on and do a really quick sort of whatever this was, Poet Reacts. But more of this kind of content, please. It's really great that poetry is kind of at the forefront of things at the minute, and lots coming out. Obviously we had the previous video on a poem that didn't go down so well. I don't know if too many people know about this. I just happened to stumble across it by accident, but I would have thought that it would have been big news, but apparently not, unless I just live under a rock. And obviously a lot more important things in the world have been taking up the headlines at the moment, so maybe it slipped under the radar. But my overall thoughts was this is exactly what a poetry film should aspire to be. Obviously we can't all get studio space and red curtains, not red curtains, but this is definitely something that we should aspire to be like within our own budgets, I guess. But that's it for this video. I just thought I'd jump on really quickly. I don't know if that was a good video or not. Maybe I won't do a video like this again because I don't really know how to make them. But yes, my name's Adam Geary. I am a poet. Do come and say hello to me on the Poetry Cove. That's www.thepoetrycove.com. I teach Saturday schools at the Academy. We've got a blog, we've got a magazine, we've got a forum for you to share your work and just make friends that are into poetry, really. So with all that being said, peace out, and I'll see you in the next video.